The FBI was finally able to access Mr. Crook's cell phones and other electronic devices. Agents could see that he has searched for images of Mr. Trump as well as Mr. President Biden, Attorney General Merrick B. Garland, and even FBI Director Christopher A. Wray. Mr. Crooks also typed in major depressive disorder and searched for dates and places for appearances for both Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump. Did you see this? The latest update. This is what I was looking at. Latest update.
On Crooks.
FBI finally able to access cell phone and other electronic devices. Agents can see that he has searched for images of Mr. Trump as well as President Biden, Attorney General Merrick B. Garland, and even FBI Director Christopher A. Wray. Mr. Crooks also had typed in major depressive disorder and searched for dates and places for appearances for both Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump.
He didn't care. He did not care who it was.
Which
he
is
just wanted to.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was
like,
same guy as school shooters, but slightly more ambitious. Like,
yeah. Look, these are targets with like actual security on them. It's fucking,
yeah.
you know, like he went after the president instead of going and killing a shit ton of his like former classmates. You know what I mean?
Unarmed children.
That's the America is in such a dire situation that's like the math equation here. It's like, well, at least he didn't kill like 8 fucking kindergartners.
Yeah.
Like, from a utilitarian perspective, it's objectively better that he did this instead of go and fucking do what all of these guys normally do, which is shoot up an entire school. He chose the challenge run. Yeah. As time slipped away, at least 2 local officers were pulled. Let the rally go ahead while law enforcement looked for a potentially dangerous person as one of many Secret Service decisions not being called into question. Wait, what? Wait, about an hour before the gunman let loose a volley of bullets that nearly assassinated the law enforcement contingent in Butler, PA was on the verge of a great policing success. What a fun way to start this story. I wonder where this will go. Among the thousands of people streaming in to cheer former President Trump at a campaign rally, local officers spotted one skinny young man acting oddly and notified other law enforcement. Secret Service, too, was informed through radio communication. The suspicious man did not appear to have a weapon. Where will this go? Remarkably, law enforcement had found the right man, a would-be assassin, though officers did not know that at the time. Then they lost track of him. How do you lose track of a person who's like a suspect?
Well, they didn't know he was an assassin yet.
20 minutes before violence erupted. No, it's because he was white.
Yeah.
And wearing like YouTuber gun merch.
Yeah.
GunTuber merch.
Like every other person at the Trump rally.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, he's here because he loves Trump, obviously. As time slipped away, 20 minutes before violence erupted, a sniper from a distance spotted Mr. Crooks again and took his picture. As time slipped away, at least 2 local officers were pulled from a traffic detail to help search for the man. But the Secret Service, the agency charged with protecting Mr. Trump, did not stop him from taking the stage.
That is crazy.
8 minutes after Mr. Trump started to speak, Mr. Crooks fired off bullets that left the Republican presidential nominee bloodied and a rally visitor dead. The call to let the rally go ahead while law enforcement looked for a potentially dangerous person is one of many Secret Service decisions now being called into question. The agency is also under scrutiny for allowing a building within a rifle's range to be excluded from its secure perimeter, creating a blind spot close to the former president that the gunman exploited. I'm appalled to learn the Secret Service knew about a threat prior to President Trump walking on stage, Senator Marsha Blackburn, Republican of Tennessee, posted on Wednesday. Multiple investigations into the lapses are underway, including one announced by Biden. Ms. Cheadle, in an interview on ABC News, says she takes full responsibility. Even as investigators continue to examine what happened, it's already clear there were multiple missed opportunities to stop Mr. Crooks before the situation turned deadly. This account is based on video footage from the rally and statements from numerous federal officials, local law enforcement officers in Butler, and members of Congress who were briefed by the FBI and Secret Service. Buy one, get one falafel and wedgies with tahini. Thanks, man. Thanks, Uber Eats. So nice of you to beam that into my Apple Watch. On July 8th, an advance team walked the site, the Butler Farm Showgrounds, to assess a security threat. Okay, that part I don't give a shit about.
Apparently there were snipers in the building he was on top of.
Well, have you thought that it's like kind of hot out? And they just wanted to...
They wanted some shade.
Yeah, they wanted a little bit of shade. I don't know whose responsibility that building was, Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger said. That's also kind of crazy. Why do you not know? But somebody should have been there.
But also, surely if you see a shooter, it doesn't matter whose responsibility it is. You don't go, that's someone else's problem.
Yeah. Gene was saying hi to Chad. Oh, yeah. It was also unclear how long in advance Mr. Crooks had prepared. Mr. Trump announced his rally on July 3rd. But in the aftermath, when the FBI was finally able to access the cell phone, they could see that he has searched for images of Mr. Trump as well as President Biden. You know, is this funny? Like, what do you not know what they look like?
Yeah, how does that help you?
Yeah, like, he's like, yeah, okay, I'll look into this whole Mr. President Joseph Robinette Biden thing.
Maybe he was trying to see who had the biggest ears that he could hit.
Yeah.
I think that's what he really wanted.
Yeah, he just wanted to do a Claire's ear piercing. General Merrick B. Garland, even FBI Director Christopher Wray. Mr. Crooks also had typed major depressive disorder and searched for dates and places for appearances for both Biden and Trump. One of Trump's planned appearances happened to be about 50 miles from Mr. Crooks' house in Bethel Park. On Friday, the day before the attempted assassination, Mr. Crooks went to a shooting range. According to an investigative summary prepared by the FBI the next morning, he bought a ladder at Home Depot, and then later at the day, he purchased 50 rounds of ammo from a gun shop near his home, according to the FBI document and federal law enforcement officials. Good thing all that stuff is just like totally above board, and you can just do that. Perhaps we should learn no lessons from this, and we should just allow people to have more guns and more ammo, like super easily.
I mean, the thing is, there's nothing you can really do, because I'm sure in that town, people are buying thousands of rounds of ammo every single day.
I just meant like in general, that's really odd that we think that is normal. Yeah. And we also like will fight till everyone has been shot at least once. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, ladders will be banned first. Bro, we're going to get t-shirt control before we get gun control, okay? You're crazy. In his Hyundai Sonata, Mr. Crooks brought an AR-15 style rifle bought by his father more than a decade earlier. And he brought 2 homemade bombs in which a potentially explosive mixture of fertilizer and fuel was packed inside empty ammunition cans that were roughly the size of a toolbox. How the fuck did he like figure out how to make bombs too?
Without using the internet? That's probably Demo Ranch.
He got that from Demolition Ranch. The bombs were fitted with a remote control receiver, the type typically used to set off fireworks displays remotely, according to another federal government report seen by the Times. The report said the bombs appeared designed to be set off by remote control. He brought that too. Mr. Trump's rally in Butler was supposed to start at 5 p.m., though Mr. Trump did not go on stage for another hour after that. Aw, they made him wait. Video obtained by Pittsburgh's WTA shows that Mr. Crooks was there by at least 5:06. The video suggests that Mr. Crooks walked around in front of the warehouse building he would eventually use as a sniper's perch. He appeared unarmed and unhurried, looking towards the rally site with a hand in his pocket. The officer took photo of him and circulated around officers at the rally. The official said the local officer tried to follow the suspicious man but lost track. Wait, so like why'd they clock him as suspicious and then let him go?
Just because he looked weird? Was that why? Like,
yeah, I just like doesn't make any sense.
Because that photo, behind him was real.
Company debuts vending machines selling ammunition in 3 southern states.
That's fucking awesome. That is awesome.
Tap, choose, verify ID, purchase.
Imagine the noise it makes when the ammo comes out. Ding, 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 ding.
Americans
ding,
in 3 states can add bullets to their grocery lists. Computerized vending machines now make it possible for shoppers in Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma to buy ammunition at the grocery store. The machine's distributor says it uses AI technology to verify customers' identities, but some officials have mixed.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Also, I'm willing to bet that people won't use this because they don't like that they have to put their ID down to buy it.
Feelings about these new devices. CNN's Rafael Romo joining me now with more details on this. How does the technology work?
It's a little bit like here in Georgia and other states, they have at supermarkets those machines where you can renew your license plates. It's a little bit like that if you had the added step of doing.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all, because this is something entirely different. It's bullets to kill people with, like to end the life of things with, okay? Very different, I think, than Renewing your license plate.
Doing a face scan. It's kind of like that. And let me tell you, reaction to the machines has been mixed. Those who oppose them say that buying ammunition shouldn't be as easy as getting candy from a vending machine. Others say it adds convenience for people who already have the legal right to buy not only bullets, but also firearms. The company behind the machines is called American Rounds, and it says it
it's
has already installed them at grocery stores in 3 different states, Alabama, Oklahoma.
I guess it's just if it's not, doesn't scan your ID properly.
It's like a license plate, but if the license plate could be put into a gun and shot. Yeah. We can buy ammo at Walmart. Why is this a thing? Yeah, I like that. Like, the issue is like, this is just like the logical continuation of like the insanity of American existence. Okay? This is a video game thing. Except, you know, we live in the real world where when you die, you don't just respawn.
And Texas. The company rolled out its first ammo dispenser last November in Alabama. Grant Majors, the CEO of American Rounds, addressed the criticism that the machine makes purchasing ammunition for some too easy in a company video published on their website. He says before making a purchase, customers need to identify themselves through a process that uses AI
It's just for more
technology.
profits, so they don't have to employ people.
As you can see here, we have, you know, a very secure automated retail machine. We're able to age verify. We scan a driver's license. It then takes 360 facial recognition for the purchase.
That's a C90, big dog. That's not even a C90. It's like a worse version of that. Wow, state of the art, dude. That's crazy.
Just matches it to the ID.
And Fred, each machine sells ammunition for various firearm calibers, including rifles, shotguns, and handguns, according to American Rounds. A local government official in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, says he thought it was a bad joke when he first heard the machines had been installed at a supermarket in his city.
That was a supermarket.
You know, when I first saw it, I thought somebody was punking me on Facebook. You know, like, you know, how are you allowing this in our city?
When you got a guy named Kip Tyner getting up, you know, getting upset at this, like, you know, you've gone maybe a little too far, okay? Like, yeah, okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. At some point, the officers lost track of the suspicious person. At some point, Mr. Crooks climbed onto the roof of the warehouse building, number 6 of a complex of interconnected corrugated metal buildings used by an equipment company, AGR International. The location had obvious advantages to a would-be sniper, a clear elevated line of sight towards the stage where Mr. Trump would stand. Ms. Cheadle said no officers were stationed on the roof itself because of safety concerns arising from the roof slope. What? The other roof that they were standing on was also a slope.
Yeah.
What? That is a roof. That's just all roofs have slopes. That roof that the counter snipers were on literally was worse than the fucking roof that the shooter was on. What? It was slope more. The roof that the counter snipers were on was slope more. In fact, you would say a flat roof if it was indeed flat. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay. Secret Service spokesman said there were conflicting accounts on how Mr. Crooks got up to the roof. A Secret Service spokesman said Wednesday that he had climbed up the roof on his own, perhaps by using an air conditioner. Federal air conditioning. We need to do background checks on ACs. Federal investigators believe that he did not use a ladder, even though Mr. Crooks had brought one that morning. At 6 p.m., Mr. Trump appeared waving to the cheering crowd. 6 minutes later, Trump, now energetically speaking on stage, witnesses noticed Mr. Crooks crawling into position on the roof. They alerted local officers who patrolled the area outside the Secret Service's perimeter. They said at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, sir. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free. It's fucked up. They were like 3 minutes late, but you know, I'm not. I'm right on time. Why would they say that? I don't know why they would say that. Well, maybe because check your watches. because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. Boom. It was 2 minutes before the shooting. On stage, Mr. Trump continued speaking, seemingly unaware, but around him, Secret Service contingent frantically began to respond, shifting his focus from scanning the crowd to scanning the area north of the security perimeter. The sprawling warehouse complex just to the north, the blind spot, was now everyone's focus. On a barn directly behind Mr. Trump, a Secret Service counter sniper team quickly clambered from one side of the peak roofs to the other. Now they pointed their rifles at the warehouse about 450 feet to Mr. Trump's right. Mr. Crooks was on the warehouse roof, but it is unclear if the Secret Service counter snipers could see him. The New York Times visual analysis showed that the view for these snipers was likely blocked by a gentle peak of the warehouse's roof. These fucking roofs, man. We need roof control.
Flat roofs only. Or really sloped.
Yeah. Mr. Crooks was still hidden, low crawling up to the other side. This dude is a fucking... He's like a legendary combat hero up in here. What the fuck? He was able to evade like some of the best Secret Service. Some of our best soldiers died in Afghanistan, and that's why they couldn't be there to protect Donald Trump. Some of our best Secret Service members.
Somehow I think he just lucked his way through all of this.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess he was lucky until the very end.
Yeah.
Where he became
the final bit,
very unlucky. Where it matters.
Yeah.
He was unlucky where it actually mattered. Mr. Crooks was on the warehouse roof. He was still hidden, low crawling up the other side. On the ground, officers from the small Butler Township Police Department had been assigned to direct traffic near the warehouse. According to social media, at least 2 of the officers left their traffic post to help look for the suspicious person. 2 officers went to the warehouse, and 1 officer boosted the other up so that his head was above the roofline. He and Mr. Crooks saw each other. Mr. Crooks turned his firearm, Mr. Natali wrote, but the officer could not fire back. He was holding onto the roof with both hands.
This is why we need gun hats. Gun on your hat, and then when you see someone, if you've got your hands free, you bite, and then you shoot. It's an invention. It's actually a real thing.
Dude, that was entirely too quick. You came up with that. You came up with that very quickly. Like, that's shocking.
I made a video about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You made a gun hat?
A gun hat. It was a real thing that they used in like World War II.
Oh, that
so when you're
makes sense.
shitting, you can still shoot people. This is
my God.
what Trump needs to bring in when he's...
Yeah. The officer fell backwards and was injured. Mr. Oh, fucking clown show, dude. Yeah. It's like Benny Hill music playing in the background.
Running around the warehouse.
Yeah, it's fucking Looney Tunes, dude. What the hell? Mr. Crook reached the peak of the warehouse roof high enough to see over the top. A witness on the ground yelled, "He's on the roof. He's got a gun." Then time was up. Mr. Crooks fired his rifle 8 times, according to the Times analysis of the audio from the scene. First shot appeared to graze Mr. Trump, bloodying his right ear. 2 other rallygoers were injured, and a 50-year-old retired firefighter, Corey Contemporore. Hey, he was anti-Italian, which was really fucked up. Another day, another Italian slain. Anyway, afterwards, a Secret Service sniper on the South Barn killed him with 1 shot. A local police officer in another part of the area also fired at him, but it was unclear if his bullet struck Mr. Crooks, according to the Butler County District Attorney. When they reached him, he had no ID on him. Officers traced the serial number on his rifle to his father. In his pocket, he carried a remote control to the bombs in his car. It was not clear if he tried to use it or if the bombs were made well enough to explode.
Wow, what a story.
I mean, this is going to make people even crazier.
Yeah.
About the roofs, New York Times did an interview with another Secret Service retiree who said that not putting snipers on slanted, dangerous roofs is normal sometimes, but not in this case.
But the other roof was slanted even more.
Yeah. They should have painted Trump on a cliffside to bait him into driving into it. He would crash and get squished and then slowly reinflate according to style motion.
Whenever Trump's giving a speech, have a bunch of impersonators on the stage as well, and they swap giving speeches.
Yeah, we saw his search history, unless this has more than the New York Times reporting on it. Gallman had 2 phones. Search about Trump appearances in DNC. Whoa, chill. He was going to come to DNC. I was going to go there. I am going to go there. Sources shared Crooks search images for...
Why
yeah, we already saw that.
I really don't understand that.
We already saw this. This isn't new. Oh, yeah, they said there was still no indication of a motive, ideology, or political views. Blackburn chasing down the head of the Secret Service at the RNC. Wait, what? I don't care about that. I've been saying it's to be giga independent. Think everyone's a sheep. Bro, he was a registered Republican. He is definitionally not a giga independent. Like, you know what I mean? He's just straight up not. He's just a Republican.
Yeah.
If you're a registered Republican, if you took the time out and fucking put your name down, you most likely are a Republican. Yeah, but he's a heterodox thinker. I agree. Anyway, whenever Biden comes through Scranton, they post snipers on every high building to get a full view of the other roofs with snipers. Yeah. The Brits were even on his list. He kind of hated everyone. Wait, what? I didn't see that.
I think you just want to kill a famous person or a politician.
Yeah. So why would a Republican shoot? The question that is on everyone's minds is the question you're asking. But the question you're not asking is, what is his like registered political affiliation? Because that question was answered. Okay? And the answer to that question was, he's a registered Republican. Oh, I didn't realize there were members of the British royal family on there. Anyway. Wow, I've never seen a Republican. Yeah. Also, yeah, never seen a Republican shooter before. Yeah. Shocking. It's like, wow. You mean to tell me that a right-wing guy shot at someone?
Yeah, what?
What has this country come to? That is so abnormal. It's just genuinely, legitimately shocking to me. I was in a coma for my whole life, actually, because there's literally never been a moment where there wasn't like a prominent right-wing shooter.
Is Pittsburgh like a super Republican area?
No.
It's not?
No, but Pittsburgh is also, famously experienced a mass shooting in a synagogue. One of the, I think it was literally the single deadliest day for American Jews.
Shit.
Yeah, where another registered Republican Trump supporter who had outflanked Trump, who was, further right than Trump. He became a Nazi, full-blown Nazi, not like a Trumpian Nazi, was like, oh, Jews are doing great replacement, which who did he get that idea from? That's right, Tucker Carlson, who always talks about the great replacement. He's the one who parsed through the sentiment and figured out Jews were responsible for the great replacement. So he wanted to punish the Jews for doing great replacement and bringing about moral degeneracy in the United States of America. So then that guy went and shot up a bunch of Jewish people in the Tree of Life synagogue. Now, what's not shocking about that story is that he was a fucking right-winger. What's shocking to me, actually, about American political discourse is that while right-wingers very openly will be like, my motivation is my right-wing politics. These are the right-wing content creators that I enjoy the content of. Here, you can look through my search history. Here, I'm writing their names in my manifesto, or any number of different things, and will quite literally write, I am going to kill as many black people as I possibly can, and the reason why I want to do that is because I watched so many Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, and Tim Pool videos, and I got the idea. They say that openly, and yet in spite of all available evidence, in spite of the overwhelming, disproportionate number of far-right anti-government extremism acts of violence towards marginalized communities, we still have this weird dynamic where we're like,
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Oh. There's no way they write black people. Bro, the upstate New York shooter, I must have imagined, okay? El Paso was brown people. The upstate New York shooter was black people, okay? just because you don't know, the Buffalo shooter directly was like, I'm trying to kill as many black people as possible. Oh, you mean like they say the N-word? Ain't no right winger saying black people. Okay, yes, they write the N-word instead of black people. But obviously, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, but I do think he literally did write, he wanted to kill as many black people as possible. Like, I don't know if he said the N-word in his manifesto. But regardless,
he didn't want to get canceled.
The El Paso shooter said he wanted to kill as many Mexicans as possible. So it's not like, it's not like they hide it. Yeah, Dylan Roof, another person, went into a black church, wanted to kill as many black people as possible.
Well, I think the New Zealand guy as well wrote similar thing about Muslims.
Yeah. So, these guys, like I said,
yeah, none of it's shocking.
They don't ever really hide their aspirations, their ideology, their political motivations. This guy kind of did, but he's still a registered Republican, and I won't lie, it's not very shocking to me at all.